All right, hello, welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging. We're back tonight. We're playing more Coriolis, The Great Dark. We're continuing our Flowers of Algorab campaign, and yeah, that's the intro. That's all I've planned. So,
hey,
if
hi everybody.
Would like to add anything? Go right ahead.
Happy to be here. Happy Thursday.
Okay.
Hope everybody's having a good week.
Okay. It's a good choice. Good. Well,
I'm hoping that everyone is having a good week. Yeah, the hope is already proven to be untrue.
I had a car accident week. Yep.
What's my story?
Yep. I had a car accident yesterday. Still here. Not my fault. Everything's getting paid out, and I live in Canada, so my medical, I appreciate the concerns about paying something, but this means nothing to me. I have medical. Thank you.
Yeah. That was the fun. That was the sort of like the fun exchange beforehand where Melissa was getting all worried about like bills and stuff like that. And Kipser reminded her she lives in Canada. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Strange how that works, right? Yep. So, okay. Long, anything going on with you?
I've had a fantastic week. So nothing crazy on my end.
Yeah. Okay. Jeremy?
I listen to people talk about their car crashes at work all the time, so that's fun. That's
weird. Yeah. He's a kindergarten teacher, so that doesn't really mean a whole lot.
I know, right? They should not let those kids drive. It doesn't make sense.
All right.
I mean, it's been known that aren't parents the worst speeders around school zones?
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Because like everybody else is respectful. Yeah. Like I go to 15
kilometers.
Like,
well, it's the parents that are always trying to get their kids to school, right? So they're always late because you always got like to get the kid organized.
Interesting.
Yeah.
School zones or school zones? Like
school
that's
bus
not.
Today.
Oh, all the stops.
Yeah, there's a neighborhood like right next to my college that I cut through to go home because it's easier to go to the main streets. And I got caught behind a school bus. And then like someone was backing out and they knocked over their garbage cans and that blocked the street. It became a whole thing. And I'm just trying to get home. I'm just trying to get out of here. And I nearly got caught like in this neighborhood and never got out. There was a movie a couple of years ago with Jesse Eisenberg and oh my God, what's her name? I always forget her name. But basically is it Vivarium or something like that? It was about a couple that I
remember it.
Yeah. So, Imogen Poots. That's her name.
Yeah.
I always remember that. Or Imogen. Yeah. So, they just basically got caught in a suburb. And I felt like that's what was happening to me right there. I'm like, I'm just never getting out. Following this school bus. Stop. I'm like, you can't possibly have more kids on there. And they did. And then, I finally got out of here. And then someone knocks over a trash can and blocks the road. So,
never drive near schools if you can help it.
I can't because I work at one.
Children's schools.
There's one right next to us. We got an elementary school like literally like a quarter of a mile away from our campus. So it's like damn it. So whatever.
It's just the fact of life. Kids make everything worse.
I agree. Yeah. Anyhow.
On another note, thanks everyone for the hype train.
Oh, really? Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much. It's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Apparently other people agree with the fact that children are bad. Right?
That's what the hype train means. The gift subs are in support of that concept.
It's just like, yes, absolutely. Well, all right. Let's get going. We left off with you guys having found another little clue, but we started last session. We were still in the old archive. Armande, you started chasing this culprit who had knocked over some shelves onto the rest of your crew. But you tried your best. You slid down a railing. It looked really cool until you got to the bottom of that railing and then face planted and scorpioned in the middle of the street. And so the guy got away. You guys tried to get some more info from like who's around some of the archivists, but no one really got a good look. Keto, the guy you didn't like, did mention that the Aldor Mirzertain name, the other person on the list of people who came to see that section of the archive, in addition to Levon Najar and Garbutalev, he mentioned that person did wear a golden mask, and you guys have seen somebody occasionally popping up in the shadows, following you wearing a golden mask. After that, you guys decided to return to Illuminant Bay to try to continue searching for Gar Budaleb. You had gotten some information in that little matchbook that suggests he might be down there. Richter, you ran into a drunkard and you befriended him, man by the name of Aesop, and you immediately took him to a bar, even though he was like, "Please get me somewhere else." You guys went to the Golden Ape. The owner did seem to reveal some details after some negotiation that Budaleb does like to hide at a skeevy spacer motel called the Sedelian Rose. So you all headed over there. Richter, you actually used Aesop, your new drunken friend, as cover to get upstairs. You bought him a room. And then a very unpleasant manager swindled Rador out of her hookah and then said no refunds. Armande and Kef, you snuck up with Richter and you started looking around a bit for some like hidden threads because you've seen some of these little tiny threads. Didn't find anything like that. There was a whistling janitor that gave you guys some strange vibes, and then there was Kef's old black-toed associate, this guy named Bruno, who was standing guard outside of a drug den. And after some conversation with her, he kind of nudged you in the direction of where Budaleb's room was. So you managed to meet up with everybody, pick the lock, get into the room, searched around a bit, and you found a black-toed pendant, and then you found a ticket for a freighter or for like a ferry called the Telmurian Tusk that goes out of Pier 17. Armande, Kef, you wanted to leave, you wanted to check out the janitor more, but as you were coming out, you saw that the motel owner had come outside and was talking to a group of thugs that had approached the hotel, and that's where we left off. So we're going to pick up in that moment with Kef and Armande. You're on the second floor. This is not the same floor that Gar Budaleb's room's on. That's one floor up on the third. And you see them before they see you, but you do see the motel owner kind of pointing up the stairs. Doesn't necessarily mean he's pointing to you, but he is pointing up the stairs that you guys did go up. What are the two of you looking to do in this case?
What floor is the drunkard that we bought a room for in? Is
second
it this
floor.
Okay.
It is second floor, yeah.
Okay, Armand, I think we got get in the room with our friend. Do you know a way of signaling Richter?
Hooty hoo!
I just push Armand into the room as soon as he does this weird ass sound.
Okay, yell out hooty hoo.
A callback from a long time ago.
Yeah. And you push into the room that Richter had bought for Aesop, and you see there's Aesop sprawled out, and he's just snoring away in the middle, and you're able to close the door behind. Okay. Anything else you guys want to do?
Hide? Should we stealth a little bit so we're not in line of the windows at least?
Okay. I don't think you need to roll anything. You guys got into a room. I think there's no real stealth needed, I think, for that. You guys are inside a room.
Okay.
All right.
Be near the door to listen. Like, I'm curious to hear if they're talking amongst themselves as they move up.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they're coming to us or above.
You guys can both roll. A little perception here, maybe. Little test to see. Yeah, that'll work.
Would this be considered a lookout? Like, is it a danger thing? If not, I'll drop the extra dice.
I think so. In this case, I think so. They did look like they were carrying. You got to get a very quick glance at them, and they did not. They looked a little armed. They had some pistols on their sides or so.
Wow, I rolled terribly for having 8 dice.
I like these. I see, but this follows. Jeremy rolls 3 and succeeds.
I have to roll what I'm terrible at to succeed.
Yes. Meanwhile, Kipser rolls 8 dice. Doesn't get any successes on Kev.
Okay. You gonna push that?
No, not today. I see. I got a 1 in there.
Go for it.
You lose all of the rest of your hope.
Ones comes up
exactly what you did last week.
Yeah.
I think I'm all right, mate. I'll listen to it after you did.
Okay. So you do hear some voices coming up. And since you got one success, you overhear like it's muffled, but it is like, how many did they say there were? There was three, I think. Yeah, maybe 4. I don't know. He wasn't sure. And then they push past. But you do at one point, like you look out the window and you see like one of them is like undoing like a little holster on a pistol, like a Fusillade pistol they have in a holster that they're just kind of getting it ready. They're not drawing it, but they're just kind of getting it ready, it looks like. And then they continue up the stairs to the next flight.
Armande just awkwardly grabs your arm, like shaking you, like doing that really forceful speech. They are looking for us. They look for us. He's got a gun. At least one of them has a gun, and they're looking for him.
They could be looking for the other black toads in the building as well, but yeah, we gotta quiet, shh. And just like put a hand over Armande's mouth a little bit.
Okay. So at that point, we're going to say that they continue out of earshot and out of eye. We're going to cut back to the room where the Garbodula's room, you all have, the two of you, Rador and Richter, you've been looking around, you found that pendant, and you found this ticket for a ferry out of Pier 17. There's really not anything else here. There are some like occasionals. It looks like he was reading like zines and stuff like that. But nothing really else kind of stands out to you at this point. And he's certainly not here. Remember, this is a very small room. There is a drop-down bed and like a really tight sink, but there's really nothing else in here. What do the two of you want to do?
So one of the things that I rolled for my backstory is that I have read all of the Zinti novels. So Rador might actually like pocket some of these little like books, possibly, because part of her personality.
I think the Zinti novels and the occasionals are two different things. I think Zinti novels are like fictional novels, and I think occasionals are more like kind of sort of like, I don't know, like progressive or like small crowd, like newspapers and things like that are reporting on various things. And novels, I think, is more like a fictional, like a pulpy fictional novel, like a dime store kind of thing. Okay. But you can grab some of the occasionals. That's fine. You see that like a few of them have to do with like weird theories about the builders and about who the builders are, and like, you know, think of it almost like a National Enquirer, but more low budget. Okay. Richter, what are you up to?
After taking a look at the tickets, try to understand or get a better understanding of what this means, like what the ferry goes to, where he could possibly be.
Okay. I think, where are you from? Again,
I'm from the Dome.
In the Ship City. Okay, so you would know, since if you're from just under the Dome, that you would know that Pier 17 is right outside of the Dome. So there is essentially a small neighborhood called Wreck Alley that is, it kind of used to be a relatively grimy neighborhood, but it's kind of been gentrified a little bit. But it's like this sort of interstitial spot between like where the Dome is and where Hull Town is. And Hull Town, think of it like it's a series of the leftovers from the diaspora, and it kind of creates this weird little mix of, you know, some old ships, some old hulls, all kind of connected together, and some ships even just floating out in space, like barely moored to the asteroid itself. And this ferry is basically like a shuttle ship that will take people to different parts of Hull Town, like these different little ports. And so the one you're looking at is specifically, the ship is called the Temlurian Tusk. It seems to operate out of Pier 17, which you would know from where you're from. It's in Wreck Alley. And it looks as though he has circled, or somebody has circled, Station 11, which is one of the stops on that particular route.
It's not here anymore, Rador.
No. This is some interesting reading material. But yes, I think we have literally lifted every mattress and turned over every bit of clothing in here. So anything we haven't looked at?
Went through everything as well. Gotta follow his trail some more. But I know this place.
You do.
Tier 17? Just right outside of the dome.
All right, let's gather the other two, and perhaps we can take a look at that.
Okay. So do you guys leave?
I don't think it's being meta to say that, like, we know we just snuck into someone's room. So I think looking outside the room before walking out of it is a logical thing to do. Like, I don't think that's being meta to say we'd look out the peephole of the door first.
You do see a group of people, 3 or 4. It's hard to tell with the angle, but 3 or 4 maybe, marching. Well, not marching, but moving with some purpose down the hall, down this balcony, in your direction. That guy that was, sitting there watching the drug den doesn't seem to care. They don't seem to care about him. They're just 2 ships passing. But you do see they're kind of looking here and there, and every now and then they stop and they maybe peek in a window of one of these rooms.
So would you say they're like, just a couple doors down from us, or they're still a bit away?
You have a moment or two to do something.
Okay. Richter, there's some guys out there who are kind of looking in some rooms. Perhaps we make a quick escape?
Let's get out of here. There's a way out? Maybe a window?
Is there a fire escape on the backside?
There is like a small, like little porthole kind of window, but it's right next to the door, essentially. So it's not like a back way out. It doesn't look like there's a back way out of this room.
Just this door.
Let's wait on them then. If they're looking for us, maybe they'll call out, have little chats.
Perhaps they don't know the room number then. All right. I'll try to get back so that, you can't like see a shadow that someone's behind the door if they happen to look in the window.
Okay. Why don't both of you give me a stealth test?
This be agility or perception?
Probably agility, I would think.
Okay.
But if you have like this stealth talent thing, you can apply it.
I do not.
It's a shame.
It is. It is.
I think the 2 people that are in hiding earlier have the stealth talent.
Yeah.
Failed my first roll, but I'll push this one.
I got 2 successes on my first roll. Oh!
Still failed.
Okay.
And lost a hope.
You do have a bonus. You do have an extra success. If you wanted to try to like pull Richter like into a hiding spot, you could do so. Where do you think you would be hiding? Like, it's a very small room. There's effectively a Murphy bed. There's a small sink and like little bathroom area, but there's like no separate doors. Like, how would the 2 of you hide, you think?
My thought would be by basically laying on the floor on the other side of the Murphy bed. So like if you're looking in, you see like the Murphy bed is down, and then we're just on the other side of that. So if you're looking in the window, you can't see anything.
Right. So
and at the last minute, like Richter was sort of like laying a little bit farther, and I just sort of pull him closer so that you can't see the angle from the window. Okay.
So you pull him down, and a minute or 2 later, like not even that long, maybe like 30 seconds later, you see like some shadows appear on the wall above the sink, and you realize that somebody is like looking in this window. There's some flickering lights outside with the neighboring warehouse that's casting a shadow inside, and you kind of barely overhear, "There's no one in here." Right? You think they went up to the 4th floor? I guess. What the hell I know? I know just as much as you do. I don't know. She said she had friends with her. And then they start walking away, and you see the shadow disappears.
They gone?
Sounds like it. They're looking for somebody.
They said she had friends. And then she just gets a look on her face. Did that asshole from the desk downstairs take my money and send thugs after. Are you kidding me?
I mean, you didn't pay for a room, yeah.
I paid and didn't get a room. I tried to sneak a peek at the ledger. Didn't like that.
Let's get out of it before we're caught.
Okay, they said they were maybe going up to the 4th, so we'll run down.
Okay.
And Richter is going to like adjust kind of the cloak that she's wearing and kind of put it up over her head a bit, so in case there was like a, hair color description or whatnot.
Gotcha. You open the door. Maybe you do a little peek first. And the only person you see on this level is that same guy sitting out front of what is clearly a drug den. And he's got his big old, like basically a big old fusillade rifle, like leans up against the wall behind him. And you can see he's just kind of playing around with something in his hands and doesn't really seem to care one way or the other. But you don't see any signs of the 3 or 4 folks who seem to walk down here. So what do you want to do? There's basically one stairwell down. You don't see any signs of Armande or Kef. What do you want to do?
Just go. We'll just leave. I think just leave the hotel and meet up with them somewhere outside the hotel.
Okay. Do you guys just like run? Do you guys go as fast as you can, or do you try to be like stealthy about it? Like you try to be sneaky? Like what do you think? Or do you just fly casual? You know?
Casual.
Yeah, casual. They're gone. They're not looking for us.
Okay.
Okay. So do you just like swing your arms and stuff and everything? Okay. All right. Okay. Armande, Kef, it's been a minute or so since they passed by, since these people passed by. What do you two want to do?
It's, I think they're gone. Let's take a peek out, see if they're in line of sight. Okay, yeah, I'm not seeing them.
You don't see anything. You do see a figure though, and he's just some dude kind of pushing what looks like a cart. It's that janitor dude again.
A fucking janitor, definitely suspicious, Armande.
I mean, on one hand, we shouldn't, but on the other hand, like,
You wanna talk to him?
Go?
We should talk to him. Yeah.
Okay.
I think
okay.
you're right.
Of course we
Okay,
should.
but
Nothing bad.
We
could
gotta
come of
look
this.
different if those guys are looking for us.
Okay, I'll tussle my hair
and I just
forward.
like send, I fix your hair, tussle it even
Part
more.
it to the side. Take his glasses off, and he's been beautiful this whole time.
Suddenly big anime eyes.
Okay.
Sadly, one
So
of
do
them
you
is
step
a lazy
out?
eye.
It looks this way. Do you guys step out and try to confront the janitor?
I think
Okay.
we are, yeah.
You step out. You have to go kind of opposite from the stairwell. And you kind of get over to him, and he's just like, sweeping around. Neither of you went inside, but he does look kind of like the guy you saw coming out and talking to the guards below, like the thugs that came up. He looks kind of like that guy, kind of a little hunched over, balding a bit, kind of pale. You can tell that he is wearing like coveralls. It does look basically like the kind of gear a janitor might wear, and it does seem like he's pushing some kind of like mop cart here and there. But he'll as you approach, he'll look up and he'll give you like this kind of weird flat smile, and he'll be like, "Good day."
Hey, good day to you. Hey, you seem like really happy and really friendly, and you probably like notice like lots of stuff. How are you
I
today?
do. I'm all right. I have a lot of rooms to clean. There's a ship crew from the bar, and they've been making a mess.
Oh my gosh. Is it just you by yourself that has to take care of everything?
Well, I do the cleaning. Mr. Zaravian, he runs the front desk. He doesn't like when I talk to people too much either. So
Well, that's a shame. I mean, to have to do all this busy work and not be able to talk to anybody, what an absolute shame. But have you? We had a friend of ours up in like I don't know the room number off the top of my head, but like I'll refer to the number that we know.
Our characters would know it, yeah.
Our friend was here recently, and I think we just missed him. Did you happen to see him? And I'll mention the room number.
Okay. Yeah, he'll think about it for a second. And then he'll be like, old man?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. And Cap will kind of like step in to help Armande while he describes this person. Or fake describes them.
And he kind of like looks at you again with that flat smile, and he's like, maybe.
Okay, all right. I pull out 50 Ruka.
Okay. And he takes it, and he's like, yeah, third floor, end of the row, gray hair, has a bird with him. The bird kept falling asleep. I remember that. He's been gone for 2 days, maybe?
Oh man.
I think he's booked up for the week, though.
Okay.
Well, I think we really missed him then. I appreciate.
Uh-huh.
It was nice meeting you. What's your name?
Me?
Yeah,
No one ever asked me my name.
they should. You seem like a very nice man.
It's Jessup.
Jessup, it was a pleasure meeting you. I'm Armande. Maybe we'll catch up again sometime.
Okay. Why? No. Okay. And I have to get back to work now.
Of course. Okay. I think that went well.
She goes,
Okay, I
back to
grab
whistling.
Armand. Okay, I think it went well. Let's head across the street and wait for our friends to get out of here. Don't stop waving.
What? It was nice.
Okay,
Not
yeah, I
each-
think discreet.
Everybody's normally an asshole. I like when people are nice to me.
He's nice, but he can be bought. I think you got to be careful what you tell him your real name there.
Oh, that was a bad idea. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought it was like building rapport.
you can build rapport with a fake name.
Got it. Okay.
Nice. All right, we'll work on it. We'll work on it.
Rex Dart.
Rex start. Okay, if you can, I feel. Oh, and Cap will just kind of like. Okay, all right. I think we'll just wait here.
you guys
now.
are moving, I'm
Yeah.
assuming, right? Okay.
Yes.
So I'll say you get downstairs. You kind of get out the little gate that protects the stairwell and out onto the street a bit. Remember that the hotel is kind of wedged between these, like a factory and a warehouse right now. It's kind of a weird place for this to be, and it's at the far end of this pier, or this dock, I should say. And you're able to get out, and you look up, and you literally see right now Richter and Richter moving casually on the third floor, as right above them on the fourth floor, you see a group of 4 kind of red-robed, red jacketed individuals are going from door to door on the fourth floor right above them.
Oh, all right. I think they're safe for now as long as they don't attract any attention.
Okay. Back to the door, Richter. You're walking casually. Everything's fine. You get to the stairwell. You pass by the dust runner guy. You get to the stairwell. You look out and you can see, moving away from this like spatial hotel section, you can see there's Armande, there's Kef, they're leaving. Esof's still here. You're on the stairwell. You're starting to move down. Is there anything else you would want to do at the hotel, or are you just like at this point just running for it?
I'm good at the hotel. We're out of here.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So at this point, you guys get down the stairs, you get out the gate, and you kind of catch up with Armande and with Kef, and you can see the Armande, Kef, that the 4 of them that were up on that 4th floor are getting really pissed now, and they're kind of looking all over the place. So like looking down into the crowd where you guys are currently sort of camouflaged a bit, and then you can see that they're fighting amongst themselves. At this point, it looks like you guys made a clean getaway, so you're welcome to leave and go somewhere else. What would you guys like to do?
Yeah, I'd say like speed walking up to them. Let's go. They were looking for us.
Let's try to blend in. I think you gotta be a bit discreet. Let's go. I agree.
Yeah, they were looking for
Any
her.
idea who that was? Were we sold out?
So, me or you?
One of the two of us. I don't know, but they know there's 3 or 4 together, and it's with a she.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like there was the guy up there. Like, there's a place where people are probably doing things that are like, certain substances, maybe. And like maybe whenever this guy has strangers show up and ask a bunch of weird questions and seem strange, he's like, "Hey, I probably should call some of my thug buddies to like flush my place out."
I mean, we've been followed as long as we've been trying to figure this out. So I don't really understand what's happening. But we need to go. We did. Richter,
Yeah.
you have the. Do you have the ticket?
Yeah, we found this ticket here. E05. Also this
okay.
pendant. Toss it a Kef. Recognize it.
That's my home territory for sure.
Okay.
Armande trotted up the fucking janitor over there, and he told us that the room was rented for the week.
And he's been gone for 2 days.
Oh. Well, I mean, we've got the ticket, so could certainly go there and see the schedule and whatnot. Is there anywhere else we want to go, or go straight to Pier 17?
Yeah, I mean, we've got to leave. Let's follow it.
Yeah, I agree.
After you,
We
Richter.
gotta go for it.
You know the way.
All right, not too hard of a trek. Back to the dome it is, guys.
Okay. So basically, you guys will push through Aluminum Bay some more. You'll get over to the lift station that's going to take you up to the chasm. Kind of hop from one here to the other. You have to go through a series of stops. You know that there's a train essentially at the top of the chasm that kind of crosses over all the way from the Purple Fields to like Wreck Alley to Hulltown, or at least not to Hulltown itself, but just past the dome. And so you're finding yourselves in this like long trek up the chasm here and there. Whoever would like to, you all can do it, but whoever thinks they're keeping an eye out for people, strange folks following you, go ahead and give me a perception. You guys know that you're been followed a few times here and there, so if anybody wants to roll a perception, you're welcome to do so.
I think I would. 2 successes.
1 success.
Okay. Okay, so with 2 successes, Kef, you do notice that at a certain point, as you're waiting around at the base of the chasm, as you're waiting around to kind of get on the lift to start going up the cable cars and crisscrossing upwards, you do clock a Zapti just leaning fairly casually against a wall here and there, but you notice every now and then their head kind of tilts over in their direction as if they're keeping tabs on you specifically, on the 4 of you. Like you can see that they look up just to make sure you haven't boarded a cable car yet, and then they look back down, and like they've got like a what looks like some kind of occasional in their hand. They're just kind of flipping through, reading whatever is there, and they're pretending like they're not really paying attention. But with 2 successes, you can tell that they are most certainly paying attention to you.
I think we ought to go one at a time. Maybe the last 2 together, but you see that Zapti over there is keeping an eye on us.
I noticed him, but I couldn't quite tell where his eyes were looking.
Alright. I think Richter, you should go first. And then
Right.
Rodor. Armande and we're okay at running and hiding.
Yes.
This is still about
We
the
can go
incident the other
last.
day. Looking out for us.
Whatever started that too, though.
That golden mask fella I told her about. But we'll both first. Me and Rador.
Okay. Rador, Richter, the two of you see the cable car opens up, and you board. And I'll say that rolling over Kef's success, you see the guy who was kind of keeping an eye on you. You see he suddenly just very casually just pushes himself off the wall, folds up the occasional, and kind of puts it in his back pocket underneath some long, like almost knee length jacket. He kind of lifts it up and just tucks it in his back pocket, and just very casually kind of gets in the throng of people that are funneling onto the car, following Rador and Richter.
Okay, interesting.
You gonna have our backs, or you gonna leave us alone with him?
Can I trip him as he tries to get into the cart?
Oh, I didn't mean that.
sure,
I just
yeah.
wondered if we were gonna like watch the watcher.
Yeah. What would you want to roll for this?
Follow
You could
the
do like an
follower.
agility test maybe to try to do this like quickly. I don't know. But you can pitch something else.
Yeah, I think she doesn't go to agility as often. She would go to like looking at the environment and looking for something like a box or a bag that she can kick and kind of engineer a hazard.
Okay. Okay. Why don't you roll a perception test then to see if you can find something in the moment you have as they start to make for it. Okay.
I don't. I have 1-1, but I'm going to push it anyway.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Yes.
1 success.
Okay, so you're standing there. There's like you can see that near you there has been like an alley poet that's like that was like standing on top of like a small crate, like almost like a milk crate, and was giving out, it was like performing while everyone was waiting, and a few people have like dropped a little chipperuka here and there, and now he's getting around and he's like grabbing it from folks as they come up, like holding up a small hat, and they're dropping it in, but his crate is right there. So you just quickly give it a boot, and it slides across right as this Zapti is about to take a step, and his foot gets caught, and he just, very much like Armande, effectively just face plants into the ground. What the? Oh, gee. And then as he looks up, you can see the gates close, and he's like, "What's wrong with you? You can't be putting that there." And he kind of gets in the alley poet's face. What's going? God, I don't have time for this. And he goes up to the gates that are now closed, like, open it up! Open it up! Open it up! And then the cart begins to slowly retract and pull away as he's bang. Ah! Damn it! And he looks around and kind of kicks
Come
out
on,
the crate now,
Armande.
which starts to splinter.
Let's find a different way.
You're so cool.
Two of you slip off and disappear.
Can we say that we saw this inside?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, everyone basically who just got on heard him banging on like the doors to get on. So it's pretty obvious as you turn around.
Richter.
Okay.
Does that mean that I'm the she? He was following me? Or following you?
Why would the Zapti be after you?
I don't know. I mean, everything with Pyrex was so long ago that wouldn't have been that, and she's milking Rook out of us left and right, so I don't know. It's suspicious, but Kef did a good job.
That was Kef. Lucky break for us then.
Very good, she's on our side. So he's settling for the ride.
You hear in your mind, you don't fucking pay me enough.
Heard that more than once.
Okay. So I'll say, Armande, Kef, you slip away while he is like flipping out, being pissed off, and like goes over to one of the cart, like the guys who are controlling, the station. Like they're there and attendant, like, bring it back. I'm like, I'm sorry, sir, we cannot bring it back. Once it starts going, it's you know how this works. It is. There's another one coming. It'll be here in 15 minutes, and you can take it out. 15 minutes just to get in, and that goes back and forth for a bit. And while that's happening, Armande, Kef, you can slip away. Richter, Rador, you just begin this zigzagging crawl all the way up the chasm from one level to the next level, to the next level, to the next level. You can see all of the various lights, the slanted rooftops, the different levels that progressively get wider and wider. And you can see how a lot of these different light colors, these shadings suggest like different neighborhoods here and there. People are getting on, getting off. Cart comes to a stop, more people get on, more people get off. It's basically public transit. So you know how this works. Middle of the day, so there's really no specific crowd, but it does take a little while for you to go all the way up. Now, where would Kef and Armande go? Do you just like linger around and you try to get on the next one, or is there something else that you would try to do instead?
Do we know another way, like another stop we can get on at that would allow us to get there?
There are lifts that could take you up to Manufactory Row, and then you can essentially take that over to the chasm, basically, or you can even just take that all the way up to. Well, actually, I think you can just take it up to the Manufactory Row, and eventually, like, you can take some trams over to get towards the bottom of the chasm, essentially to the haze. Mm-hmm. So, because the haze is kind of just above the Manufactory Row, and a lot of the exhausts kind of come up and pump into the haze itself. It's a longer route, but you could certainly do it.
I think we're taking the long route, Armande. I think back to my home turf for that.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. All right, so the two of you make off. You find your own little circuitous path back up. Rador and Richter, at what point do you kind of wait around? At what point do you move forward? Like, you guys are a little bit split up. You're not super coordinated right now. You don't have your delve suits on to have like regular communication like you would if you were delving. So what do you think you would do? Would you push on to Rec Alley before them, or would you wait around at some point?
Yeah, if the next lift doesn't have them on there, we might have to move on.
Yeah, we did know where we were going, so if they didn't jump on right behind us, then that would be our rendezvous point. Okay,
so you'll get all the way to the top of the chasm, and you wait around before you head over to the tunnel tram that'll take you through the dome over towards Rec Alley, and the next cart comes. They're not on it. So do you push forward? Do you climb onto the train?
Yeah, they'll meet us there.
Yeah, okay. That's what we'll have to do. We knew where we were going.
Okay. So you hop onto the train. This is more kind of like a horizontal path as opposed to like this big vertical climbs that you've been doing with these cable cars. And it runs essentially from one side of the asteroid to the other. There's a few of these tunnel trams here and there. And the car that you climb into is surprisingly loud as it's getting later in the afternoon. And there are like people who are like playing through some kind of like heirloom earpiece, what sounds like maca music, which is essentially like dance music. It's a lot of drum beats and things like that and strange flutes and everything. There's this smell in the air, this very faint smell of like orchid dust, like you're not sure who it's coming off of, but it's coming off of somebody, and like fermented shrooms here and there, people who are like pre-gaming for nighttime, because you would know that like Rec Alley is like this gentrified nightclub area that was built up on like the bones of like this scavenger kind of pier, like this old diaspora kind of salvage run. And you can see all of these, you can see it like there's this disparate group of people. Some of them are younger, dressed to the nines. They have like almost some kind of like henna tattoos on their faces, like these glowing, glistening things to sort of prepare for the night. You can see a group of like guild clerks who are arguing over like which cantina to hit first. There's others that are like talking about various artists, like DJs that are effectively been showing up in some of these places. And all the while, like you're just moving on and moving on. There's a couple stops along the way. You push through the dome, and eventually you come out of the dome. And despite the fact that it's out of the dome, it's still pressurized because there's all these different, like it's like almost like reefs of like welded hulls in these various pressurized spots that are all connected through pressurized pressurized tunnels here and there, but it's no longer under that big dome that covers the middle of it. When you get out, when you get off the actual train itself, and you start weaving through some of this almost like maze-like, almost labyrinth-like tunnels, like you smell things. You smell like cinnamon, like fermented shrooms, but then like underneath it, there's this metallic scent that just you can't quite shake. And you follow like a group of people for a bit, and you start to see these street food stalls beginning to emerge, and they're parked like right outside of these relatively upscale boutiques, and you've got like these frames above them as you look upwards, and you can see these husks of old starships, the hulls themselves, I should say, and they're all kind of moored here and there as you look through like the Sarah glass that seems to cover the see-through glass-like substance that you can look up, and you can see just floating above you or moored above you all of these different pieces that creates this almost like a junkyard feel, but made fancy, made like fashionista. You see passing by you people who have been dressed up to the nines. You can also see, if you are at all perceptive, various small handshakes and bags of things and being exchanged here and there. People taking small bumps every now and then slipping off down an alleyway to what looks like a back special entrance to some kind of special cantina. And all the while, like in addition to these fancy parts, you see certain paths, certain tunnels lead off towards proper piers where there's all sorts of barges and ferries that are set up. Groups of people are going to them. Like you can see people who are coming here and they're climbing on certain barges, and you see the barges take off essentially. Like they unmoor from the wreck alley and begin the slow trek to like the glittering remnants of the diaspora that makes up Hull Town. And this is where the two of you are. And you can kind of hear machinery, but then over top of it, this muted dance music that weaves out from some of the places you pass. What would the two of you do?
So one of the things that I had rolled for Redora is that she has like henna tattooed hands. Is one of her descriptors. So I would say that along the way, she is probably just kind of making small talk with, kind of some folks that she sees. It's just sort of the like designs that are cool looking, and just, kind of sharing just a quick, whether it's just kind of a nod or, just kind of an appreciation for, kind of just what's there. So just, kind of seeing what's happening, tonight, what they're kind of waiting for, that kind of small talk. And we talked about Pyrex before, kind of being into music. So like every once in a while, like I'll kind of passed by, like just a little like
bop in here and there.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. When you chat up with some people here and there, especially the ones that are very excited, and like you show them henna tattoos, and that's amazing. Oh my God, where did you get your work done? That's amazing. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. Where was that done? Who did that?
Yeah, and it all kind of rattle off. It was like like Mistress Zola is kind of like my favorite. Like I just discovered her, and she's just like the best. And
Mistress Zola?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
do you know her?
That's amazing. Well, I mean, I've heard of her. I have a friend over by Blue Star. We're actually going to Blue Star. Have you been to Blue Star? I
haven't.
That
No way.
Lila Lou is playing tonight. Lila Lou, Hazum, they've been going to these different places. Like every week, they pop up somewhere. Every Icons Day, every Guilds Day, and there's somebody up on the floor playing the music, and then they take the helmet off, and there they are. And we think we figured it out. We've been paying attention to all of the occasionals. We've been tracking them all, and we think that there's a pattern. And we think that tonight, Lila Lou is going to be over at the Blue Star. You should come with us. And like you're talking to a fairly young person, and they are amped, and you can tell very clearly they are on something right now.
Yeah. So like, did you see like there was like the triangle in the one, and then like the next one it was like a square? Like, did I miss
like these like glyphs? These like glyphs? Are you doing like glyphs? Oh my God, you're doing glyphs.
I thought that was
glyphs on themselves.
Like in the occasionals, right?
Oh, what? Oh, I thought you were talking about your tattoos. Oh, did I see what in the occasion? What?
What was the pattern that you saw, like, in the occasionals?
No. Where they've been showing up, we see that every second Guild's Day, Leela shows up at Blue Star. Every third Moon's Day, Hizum goes to the place that she was just at. And if we did our calculations correct, that means that tonight is the night that Leela Lou is going to be at the Blue Star.
That's awesome. You're so smart for figuring that out.
Thank you. I say that I want to try to apply to the navigators. I'm very good at and you can see she's getting very like flustered as she talks really fast. I've been doing my algebra since I was a kid, and I was very good at noticing patterns, and everyone says it's just a natural talent of mine. And so one day, not yet, I'm too young still, but not yet, maybe I want to be, in the navigators. Is it hot? It feels kind of hot. And she's like sweating a little bit.
Take a, and do I have like a small amount of like something to drink, like liquid hydration or something, just a little bit?
Everyone it's kind of rationed a bit. So if you want to give over some,
just
of it,
a little,
could.
just, and I'll kind of look to whoever is around, kind of in that way that gives them a look of like, what are you doing? Like, pay attention to her. Like, you all have a safe rest of your night, right? But good job figuring that out. Blue Star.
Give me an empathy test.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me an empathy test.
I can do this. Yeah, I can do this. One success.
Okay. Someone picks up with what you're putting down, and maybe it's the designated the designated driver, so to speak.
Right.
They look at you and they thank you and like, don't worry, she'll hydrate, it'll be fine. Thank you. Okay, Sinra, perhaps we take it a little easy. The night is still young. It's not even night yet, so maybe we just go a little slower, pace ourselves. Okay. Yeah, you're right. You don't want to pass out before Leela Lou's on, right? And no, you're right. Okay. And thank you, she says, and she waves at you. And all right. So you spend some time mingling, looking around. Let's cut back to Armande, Kef. The two of you don't really have any, it's just slow. Like, you get caught up in the crowd of folks leaving Manufactory Row, various workers that are just leaving, and you kind of just get caught up in that workday crowd. And it's a while before you eventually make it up to the top of the chasm over the train. You're probably a ways behind them. You could be a good half an hour or 45 minutes behind them by the time you arrive. Was there anything that you guys were talking about, looking for, or doing as you arrive in the same general vicinity as your friends?
Kep has her worn silver coin that she started to spin between her knuckles again. She'll kind of look at Armande and go, now, remember this, it's always better to be safe, take the long route. Don't be rash, yeah? With these kind of business.
I mean, that's a really good plan. I mean, normally you should always play it safe, except sometimes when something's important and then you have to really jump on it, but then usually jumping on it means that you are going to fuck yourself, and you really shouldn't fuck yourself, because that's just a bad idea.
No, listen to me now. And she'll grab maybe the front zipper and zip it up 1, 2, 3 times. And she goes, triple check everything. It's very important. Keep your head on. Think.
Okay. Yeah. I'm cool. Are you cool?
You're so cool, Armande.
I am.
I think it's yeah. All right, let's concentrate.
I think you mean Rex.
Rex. Yeah, I think you're very cool, Rex.
I am.
Okay, you work on that persona in the name, yeah?
I will.
And Rex.
I'm cool.
Triple checks.
What does doing my zipper have to do with anything?
Just practice. It's for repetition, for making your brain remember. You gotta think about things.
I need to practice my zipper. I mean, okay, I will
Yeah. It's if practice your zipper. That's definitely it. That's the meaning of what I said.
Got it. I'm Rex Darton. I know zippers.
Yeah. All right. So next person you meet that's a bit strange, not Armande, Rex.
Okay. Oh, okay, I got it.
I'm not okay. Yeah, you definitely. She doesn't think that he has it. You definitely. Yeah, you fucking have it. All right, let's meet up with everybody, and we'll just keep going.
He's a very smart dipshit.
Yeah.
Are you using your keepsake to recover a hope? Was that what that was?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah. Don't forget that once per gaming session, you could always play
that's
out
a
a
good
scene.
idea.
Yeah.
Would you like to do that as well, Jeremy?
I should. I might feel like while I'm doing this, if grab the little necklace I have from my mom with the what is the term again? It's the something soul.
Oh, the unseen spirit, right? Isn't that what it is?
Yeah, unseen. Yeah,
Uncreated spirit.
small
Uncreated spirit,
statuette
sorry.
of
Yeah,
uncreated spirit. Okay, yeah, that's true. I could be whoever I want to be. I can just in the moment. I'm like, I am Rex. Because I desperately need some hope. That's a great idea.
You got it. And she'll
Yes.
slap you on the back a bit. And yes, remember your keepsakes, mechanics.
Yes.
And Rador and
great
Richter, if
idea.
either of you would have had plenty of time in the various rides. If one of you, if you want to kind of narrate a little bit of what you might have done to use it, to tap into it, or how it helps you in some way, you can go ahead and retroactively do it during the ride.
So I am, so my keepsake, this is funny. So while we're on the ride, I'm just from my bag, pull out this book, and it's Mind Expanding Fungi Recipes, Volume 4 by J.W. Marcatalam. So that's what she just suddenly pulls out and is flipping through this recipe book, and that's her keepsake.
Okay, fantastic. So what is important about it, and how does this help you? What is the sentimental value to it, or why does it kind of help you regain your hope?
So she has a, if you haven't kind of noticed before, she has smelling spice that she has, and so she kind of does imbibe in such things from time to time. And so it's kind of going to that Zen place of okay, when people aren't chasing us anymore and we've figured this out and we're kind of what am I going to make for everyone? And then, what will kind of be our decompression. And so it's kind of that getting out of the moment of being chased and hiding from people and just thinking about oh, next time we're all going to hang out together and I'm going to make a recipe and everybody's going to enjoy it and we'll forget about life for a little while.
Okay. And what about you, Richter? Did you want to tap into this at some point during the travel?
Not even during the travel, just right now, the conversation we just had with that woman in Rador, she mentioned Navigators Guild and being good at algebra. And then it reminds me, because I have a bronze medal from the Youth League of Math in algebra. So it makes me reminiscence about my past. Helpful about the youth.
Oh my god.
Okay, love it.
Do you wear the medal like it's a necklace,
I
a
don't wear it.
Flav
I just
necklace?
keep it as a little keepsake.
Some
So to be
things are a
just
little bit more normal than others for keepsakes.
Yeah. Do you just reach into your pocket and fiddle with it, or do you actually take it out and look at it and
Yeah,
just
take it
shake
out,
your head and?
Oh man, third place. Now look at me.
What do you think kept you from getting first or second?
Competition between my brothers. They were much more better at it.
Okay.
Ooh.
So your brothers got the first and second place medal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Were you homeschooled?
Are you triplet?
Triplets.
Right? Yeah. It's okay. It's a juniors. It's a junior. It's a navigators junior, junior navigators guild or something like that. I can't remember what it's called. What's it called? Junior Algebraeus Meritus is what it's called from the Navigators Guild Youth League. So it's not necessarily the same age, right? Okay.
No.
I think that might even help explain like why you and Armand like kind of bonded at some point. You used him as your lackey.
Mm-hmm. You both have connections, I think. Both of you have Navigators Guild faction connections in some ways. And I think Kev's got Black Toad, and then Rador's got not Machinist. Mining
Combine. Yep.
Because you're from the far colonies. Okay. All right. I don't want to beat around the bush too much. We'll say then you're able to, in the crowds, eventually spot each other as you're walking around, looking at what some of the stalls have to sell. Maybe you're getting something to eat in the process while you're waiting for Armande and Kef. You're getting fairly overpriced, fancy looking food and maybe some grass wine and stuff. And there's like an open liquor license here. It's like one of those places. Think of it like a Bourbon Street kind of thing. And so you're moving around, sipping, drinking, standing at the edge of some of these cantinas and just sort of like listening to the maca music, which is, again, it's like dance music with a lot of drums, flutes, and like things like that. And that seems to be all the rage right now. And eventually there it is. You can see it's Pyrex maybe up in the air. Maybe he's on an awning and he's just like head bopping. And that's when Armande and Kef notice Pyrex finally. And we'll say the four of you are able to come together once more. It's probably been about an hour and a half, maybe close to 2 hours since you all escaped your incident down at the Spacer Hotel. What do you think the four of you would like to do?
Find out where Station 11 is. How to get to it. See if they're selling tickets.
All right, let's get there. We got some other intel here about Lilaloo and the Blue Star, but I don't think that's going to be relevant. But if we are unsuccessful at what we're doing,
wait, Lilaloo's going to be the Blue Star?
Oh, this is new generation of fucking music.
Mission.
Yes,
do things.
People with guns chasing after us. But I mean, if we want to go somewhere crowded where we could probably get lost.
I think we now know that you're the she, though.
Yes, I am the target. Thank you for that, Kef. I don't know why.
I mean, I was worried because
Yes, we all know. But yes, off we go to Station 11.
It's totally not the Blue Star.
So you would know you would be going to Pier 17. Station 11 is a stop on the ferry's route. And so the ferry docks at Pier 17. That's what the ticket says. Okay. So yeah, you would be looking for Pier 17. Station 11 is somewhere out there and above and out. It's like literally floating in space and not attached directly to the asteroid. It's not hard to find. It is a very simple thing to find. It is in the area that is less built up into it's a little bit away from the fancier places. It's nowhere near the Blue Star, unfortunately, Armande. Again, you have to take a couple of these little circuitous paths, and you can tell it's almost labyrinthine. And if any of you were here before the gentrification, you know that it's actually better now than it used to be, but it's still like you make a wrong turn here, wrong turn there, because it has to be, because everything has to be pressurized because it's connecting all of these different sections, and it's no longer under the dome. So it's not like it's open and easy. But eventually, yeah, you guys can find Pier 17 without trouble. It's enclosed again in one of those dirty Ceraglass kind of tubes that kind of filters out the void outside. It just looks like this dull gray smear. It doesn't look like it's been cleaned very, very recently. And like the walkway you're on, again, is pressurized, it's narrow, and it gets even more narrow. You hear the sounds of like salvage workers every now and then kind of clinking on this or clinking on that, like echoing and reverberating down some of the tunnels. But eventually you get to the far end where you see this hulking silhouette of a ferry. And you can see it's got its running lights on right now. Like it's like this faint amber light, but it doesn't seem to be fully up and running. There is an airlock like near that would kind of connect, that would take the tubing out to the ship itself. And you can see that there's a small stall right next to it. It's fairly small. It's like barely bigger than like a desk and a chair. And you can see there is a heavily tattooed woman in a skull cap. that right now is sitting on a stool. Her head is leaning up against the wall inside of this small little stall. And you can see, it looks like she's actually sleeping. You're pretty sure. At the very least, her eyes are closed and she's taking a little moment. But there is a handwritten sign right next to her that just says cheap tickets to Hull Town. And you can see that the word cheap is underlined twice. What would you like to do?
Knock on the plastic glass.
And you guys are inside. You guys are right there. Like she's on the other side of the desk from you, basically. But she, hello. Looking for passage?
Yes, we are. We're going to, we're meeting up with a friend. Richter, where was that again?
Is there any routes that take us to Station 11?
Station 11? Yeah, sure. All right. 10 Ruka each. You can tell, like, she had a bit of a reaction when you mentioned Station 11.
Can I insight that for, like, if it was just like she believes this place to be super seedy or she believes this place to be something, some kind of way?
I don't think insight's going to tell you that because that's
Okay.
like more like mind reading, but you can definitely tell she had a reaction. Like she was just like, all right, that's where you want to go.
I'll take 4 of them then. I'll hand over the Ruka.
4. You know that's where the Zod is, right?
Sod?
Of course, but why don't you tell us what you know?
Razad.
What do we know about this name you just dropped?
You can potentially roll. If any of you have Streetwise, I would take like a Logic Streetwise. Or if you want to just try to talk to her, I would take like an Empathy Streetwise, maybe, if you have Streetwise. Anything like that. But you can tell when you said Station 11 and then when you actually were going to commit with it, she says the Razad as if you should know what that means.
I
I'm
have
familiar with the name.
empathy and actor, if that would be a...
Well, just what do you say to her?
Haven't heard of them. You tell me more?
I don't really want any trouble, so you all seem like good people. You sure you want to go out to 11? There's other stops along the route. A lot of better places. I don't want to tell you your business or anything like that. You know.
Can you send us to Edgetown then, and we'll make it back through? Just a quick stop.
It's there's stops along the way. Yeah, I mean, you, if you want to go to Edgetown, you can take it to Edgetown. That's fine.
You seem uncomfortable. We're trying to locate a friend. Is there something that we like? We know some things.
You
but
have a friend on. You have a friend on the Razad. I didn't really take you for that kind of people. Well, maybe her. She kind of just points over towards Kef.
Yeah, we're might be in a bit of trouble, so we're trying to be good friends. And
you have a friend. You have a friend in trouble. And she just, I guess, really don't know. Give me a empathy test, Rador. You're doing the most talking. Or Richter, either of the two of you. I think you two have been doing the talking.
I would prefer to roll if it's an empathy roll.
Yeah.
Can both of us do it or just one?
I'm okay with it. Like I
Okay.
think usually in this case, since you're both trying to accomplish the same thing, I like the idea of like one of you assisting the other maybe and just like giving a bonus.
Okay, that makes sense. I will help Redor then with her case.
Yeah.
Cool. I like
So
it.
just go ahead and take a +1.
2 successes.
Extra die.
Thanks, Long.
Okay, that's fantastic. It's like, all right, listen. The people who run the Resad, they're not very good people. And if I were you, I'd stay fairly well away. And she flashes her hand, like this open hand, and all of you would know this, that this is essentially the sign of like the Black Toad. Like this is essentially the Black Toad runs that, the actual, criminal organization. If your friends caught up with those people, how good of a friend are they?
We, enough that all of us are coming together to do what we can.
All right, 10 Ruka each. It's fine. Yeah, sure. We're leaving in about a half an hour.
Oh, that's good timing then. I appreciate you trying to look out for us, and if we were, it's better to go in having some information, but sometimes when you have a good enough reason to do the right thing, you're going to do it even if it's risky.
You seem really nice, so some of us who would care and will have to miss it anyways, like, just so you know, Lulu's gonna show up right over there probably soon, so if you have a lunch break or something, or that break, you can go there, because we're gonna have to miss it, but, like, you don't have to, and so good for you. You could go find them.
I'm more of a Hizum gal. I don't know. I feel like Lulu's a little derivative,
So we heard that Hizu will be there on the 3rd.
No, that's okay. I'm above it.
Yeah, he will. That's what we hear around town. I think his work is, well, it's like, sure, like, I'm not saying that her work is bad. Like, it's certainly entertaining, right? But I prefer, I don't know, meaning, depth, maybe. And I just find her works just seem kind of shallow. There's not a whole lot of complexity to it. It kind of is what it is. So, Hizum, I feel like.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. I went through a Lulu phase too, but then
What was it, Hizum? I will educate myself, and hey,
Yeah.
I'm not going to judge you for disagreeing with me. I will listen to what you're recommending.
Again, I don't have anything. It's nothing against Lulu. It's just I only have so much time to work. I have so much time to myself, I should say. I work all the time, and if I'm going to listen, I want to get the most I can out of something. I want to feel moved by it, and if all you're really after is just something to get you excited and to get you moving around, that's great. But if you want to be, emotionally moved.
Okay. Well, you know what?
She's not it for me.
I was initially triggered to be annoyed by you saying that, but now I feel it's fair to evaluate it and listen to it, and so I will thank you for your feedback.
Okay, well, I think you're gonna like it. When I was about
maybe I
your
will.
age, yeah. Okay, good. All right, so anyhow, 10 Ruka a piece. We got a half an hour. If you want anything from the shops, get it now. But we're leaving promptly. All right?
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and pay for it.
And so she'll
Pyrex is
give
going
you
to
out.
get on Armande's shoulder, and like we're suddenly going to hear like a Zoom like song. Pyrex is just going to like kind of like it's almost like a more of like a vibration than necessarily like the song, but like suddenly you just hear like Pyrex knows and is trying to educate Armande on this other artist.
I mean, if we've got half an hour, do you have any of their,
not here.
Yeah.
Like, Barrow doesn't like it when I play music because apparently some of the other passengers have bad tastes, so they don't want to hear it. Everything needs to be neutral, you know?
Oh.
Are there other passengers waiting here, or are we the only ones right now?
Yeah, there are a couple. There are a couple inside. You're not going to be the only ones, but you're going to be the only ones going to Station 11. I can tell you that.
Okay.
Just play it. It'll be fun.
No. Barrow is he's the captain. He makes the decisions. He chooses the soundtrack. Not that there is really a soundtrack, you know. He's not one for music. She looks around to see if he's looking. He likes poetry, but yeah, music. His hearing's kind of gone, and so he can't quite get the rhythms, the beat. It just doesn't really get through to him. But if you lyrical, sure, but don't tell him I said that. He doesn't. Yeah, just yeah.
No,
you know what? Maybe
yes.
just don't even talk to him. Yeah, maybe just don't even talk to him. It'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
but don't worry, he's a good pilot. Look at you where you need to go. No
okay.
problem.
Well,
No issues.
It was nice talking to you. What was your name again?
Oh, I'm Dara Lizette.
Dara, I'm Armande. It was really nice talking to you.
It was really nice talking to you too. I'm glad. I'm always happy to educate. That's great.
I like being educated, even if I don't always agree. But, you know, if you're not willing to endure something that you don't immediately agree with, you're not really open to learning.
Yeah, I think that made sense. I was a little worried when you started that wasn't going to make sense, but you found your way there.
I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize. That makes a lot of sense. No, that's good. Yeah, you know, assuming you make it back from the resort, yeah, look me up. Well,
I will. Here is my contact information. If you want it.
Yeah, you basically you would say like where your shuttle is located, like what place you're in down in the bay or something like that. Like, yeah, there's no phones, like there's not like a phone number sort of situation, but it's like sure. You should come. You know what? You should come out next Guild Day when his Zoom's here.
That could be like really cool, and like since you know so much about it, I would probably be better off, you know, with a veteran.
I'd be happy to show you around. Absolutely.
Cool.
Okay, I gotta go do some pre-flight. Anything else you guys need before I hit the road? All right,
Pyrex
25 minutes now. If you want anything, get it fast.
Pyrex is going to go on her shoulder and start playing music so she can hear the music she likes while she's doing her pre-flight.
Well, hey, little guy, how's it? Very nice. Yeah. And he looks at you. Wait, you guys explorers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. You going to stay with me?
Music, since you can't play it overhead. Little music to keep you.
I just like to think Pyrex is like almost like doing bird beatboxing.
Exactly.
Like something like that. And she's just like, okay. And she goes to the airlock and like she's like and she kind of gets to work. If you're coming on now, you can come on now. It's fine. You like. Otherwise, again, 25 minutes or so. All right.
You said there was like a little
when the airlock closes.
Store or something that we could get like snacks.
Yeah. Well, you saw stalls and boutiques. There's plenty of places out there. And again, it's maybe like 10 minutes away.
Sounds good.
Okay. Do you guys want to do anything? Or do you actually want to do anything? Do you actually want to go back and grab anything or anything like that? Or do you just want to get on?
How far away is the place where
Tusk?
Lulu was supposed to show up, even though she's totally derivative and it'd be really lame to go there?
Nowhere close.
But like,
the Blue Star, you would be risking the time it would take to get there, listen to something, and get back. Plus, you'd probably have to wait in line just to get stamped in. Unlikely you would be able to make it tonight.
Fine.
I love that we're cramping Armande style.
Yeah. Kef would probably, if there's enough time, like walk around the exterior of the shuttle 3 times just to like check it over.
Yeah, you can look out the Sarah glass and peek at something, but only the airlock is connected to pressurization.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, but you can peek out and take a look at it, and it's a pretty blocky looking. There's really nothing fancy about it. It's just a pretty standard ferry. It's entirely utilitarian design. Like it doesn't, like you can tell maybe someone at some point painted 1 or 2 things on it, but it hasn't had a good paint job in a while. No one's really put a whole lot of effort into the exterior. It's kind of sad looking in some ways.
I think it's one of the offshoots of the owl that was just, it's a big block. I tell to nobody.
You turn around and realize that no one
I
is
assumed
there.
you were talking to them because like
Yeah.
Dara would know what it is. So yeah, okay. Sorry. I didn't mean to leave you hanging.
Oh, no. I was expecting one of them to respond.
It was more funny
Turned
that no
around
one
and
was there.
nobody was there. yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Redor tried
Just
to
like
find...
looking out the window and then you say something, you turn around and there's no one standing next to you.
Yeah,
It's great.
absolutely.
Redor is trying to find some little... trying to help us like blend in or something. So like maybe like a change of cloak or just something, since so many people have been following us, just kind of trying to...
If you won't blend in, you should probably dress a bit more like me. Especially for Station 11.
So Redor's just grabbing something that kind of helps with this a little bit. Kef thinks she dresses too.
Okay. Yeah. You can give me like an empathy test to maybe haggle and grab something like maybe some special shawl or something you could wrap and cover like from a street vendor.
I got a success.
Okay. Yeah. So maybe like 20 ruka. You can get like a halfway decent glittering like a nice shawl. It has like a few little pieces of kind of reflective glitter that have been adhered to it, and you're able to move it around a bit, cover parts of your face a bit, but still be able to see. But half your face is probably now behind it, for sure. Anybody else doing anything in this short period of time you have before you hop on the Telmurian tusk?
Nope.
Just awkwardly chatting with Dara.
Okay, just following her around, and you're just talking music.
Yeah.
Boom. You just hear
Yeah,
like,
there could be productive things to
Beatboxing.
do. That's not what's happening. Armande is just so oversmitten with the fact that he has the equivalent of digits.
Right. Dara just seems slightly out of his league, and he's gonna like take this for as long as it goes.
Is Armande like I can't remember. Is Armande a big dude? Is he like a big guy?
I would say he's kind of got the whole, like, he's wiry. He's not necessarily a big dude, but like,
Okay.
he's got like, looking at his stats, like he's got decent strength and agility, but he's a scholar by nature. Like, so he's
Okay, that's perfect. She is the opposite, right? Because she is like a mechanic, and she's ripped. She's like heavily tattooed. She wears a skull cap, and she works on inches. She's covered in grease and oil. It's like literally the opposite of Armande.
Yeah.
Which is perfect. Yeah. And she's just, and she's like, yeah, like you're chatting, like, how'd you get into Lilu? Like I figure a guy like you might be into something a little bit more, highbrow,
I don't know. I get the whole navigator skill thing at one point, just because like I took what I could get. You know how that is. Like, and it
You're a
just
nav?
ended. Yeah, I'm doing my best. I haven't really had any big things happen just yet, but I'm working my way up.
You're a navigator?
Yeah, I'm explorer skill.
Okay. You're explorer. So you're not in the nav guild. So there are two different things. There's Navigator's Guild and there's Explorer's Guild. I'm not sure if that's a Jeremy thing or if it's an Armande thing.
That showed up on my thing. I've got faction Navigator's
You have a faction
Guild,
connection, but you are in the Explorer's Guild. So you all, meaning like the connection, somebody in the Nav Guild, basically.
Yeah. Oh, that's what that is. I'm an Explorers Guild. I spend a lot of time with Navigators Guild. I'm not really officially them. I want to be, but sometimes you use what you have, and then
You've been on any great ships or anything? You've been through the Slipstream?
Actually, that is my specialty, is Slipstream navigation.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm stuck in this bucket of bolts. The only Slipstream I see is from Pier 17 to Station 10, Station 11. Nothing fancy.
You know what? Here's the thing. Everything that I focus on, it's all hypothetical. You are like living here and the now and actually connecting with people. So
Connecting with people. Okay.
Who really is winning? So I think,
Well, it's not about winning, really. Yeah, it's not. It's not.
That was stupid.
It's not competition.
No, you're right. That was dumb.
It's just. I don't know. It's just this is. I've been doing this. I don't know, for years. Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't leave Barrow. He's a great guy. He's helped me out a ton. But sometimes just want to see something different, not the same circuit over and over and over again.
Well, when I get a chance and if we go somewhere and if I see something cool, I will bring it back, and I will make sure you were the first to see it.
Can you bring me like a shard or something?
If I find one, yes.
Okay, Armande.
But you have to promise to accompany me to proper music and that sort of thing.
Deal.
Okay,
Done.
deal.
So while that conversation was going on, was Richter doing anything?
Probably an early boarding for me. Get on the ship.
Okay. All right. So eventually, then, all of you will board. Very cold, cramped, functional place. The cargo area is essentially where you're led to. There's not really a whole lot of comforts in here. Main space is just like rows of uncomfortable wall-mounted seats that are just facing inward toward these security nets in the center. And it's a fairly loud area. Like you can hear the vibration of these like clearly very old engines. You can smell fuel, recycled air. Like everything it's not the most pleasant ride, but it's workman. Like you guys are riding a very old public bus is essentially what you're riding right now. And you occasionally see Barrow, the pilot, come out, this kind of grizzled old guy, a little bit of a beard, sharp eyes here and there, and kind of gives like a wave, but clearly lets Dara do the talking and interaction with people here and there. She's not wrong. The ride is perfectly pleasant. It doesn't seem to no issues whatsoever. And one after the other, you make a couple stops along the way. People get on, people get off, etc. But by the time you make it to Station 11, which is pretty far out there, you can see it's mostly yourselves, and there's like maybe one or two other passengers, but they don't get off. And like you hear the connection of the airlock, the seal comes on, the gruff guy and the pilot says, just calls out. He's like, Station 11, everybody off. It's for Station 11. And you can see the airlock opens up. Do you all get off?
Yep.
This is us.
Okay.
Gonna watch who else gets off with us.
Nobody. Just the four of you.
Okay.
And Pyrex maybe at the last second like leaps off of Dara's shoulder and like flies at her, and she's like, "See you later, guy." And like Pyrex will land on your shoulder and look back and like lift up a wing or something, and then standing there in the airlock closes back up, and you watch as the freighter, the lights kick in and it begins to pull away. When just to give you an idea of this, you all are at the far edge of Hull Town. You pass by all sorts of different ships, the remnants of ships that have been kind of moored here and there or tied together. Small ships seem to connect them. You can see there were other like ferries and stuff that were moving on different circuits. And so it's like a floating junkyard of old ships from the diaspora that haven't been repurposed into other things. The lights are flickering as you move out of this airlock. You see there's actually 3 other airlocks, but it looks like 2 of them seem to have been cordoned off, like they're not working. The smell in here is very ozone heavy, a little bit of mold, that kind of thing. And you can see that there is a workshop sign that seems to be like the only indication that anybody works here at all. Otherwise, it's fairly dark with just a single flickering light. There's an end. Looks like there's like a mostly abandoned warehouse beyond. There's a handful of things stacked up, but it doesn't look like there's a lot of back and forth. You can see a sign for exosuit rental that's hanging near where you just get out of the airlock. There are several suits hanging. They're all very patchy looking. None of them look particularly new. It's very quiet. There's really no sounds at all. But as you move past the exosuits, you look up and you can see behind this counter, there is a woman maybe beyond middle-aged. I wouldn't say elderly, but beyond middle-aged a bit. She's wearing coveralls or stained here and there. And you can see she's like sipping from this metal mug. And as you are moving out of the airlock and past these suits, she looks at you with a very flat look and just says, "Something I can do for you folks."
Following a John, you seen anyone in the last 2 days?
People come, people go.
I'm debating asking more questions versus just like going. People come and people go, but maybe you seen older man 2 days ago. I'll jingle my pocket a little bit.
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Is there something I can help you with? Looking to rent something? She motions her head towards the suits.
Sure. 1 suit each.
1 suit each. Okay. 300 Ruka deposit. You'll get it back if you return them in good shape. Otherwise, 30 Ruk per hour.
And these suits are to access the station? Is that why?
They're literally you're in Station 11. You're at a think of this like a train depot, but it's basically an abandoned one. There's one person here, no one else here. Dark, flickering lights, smells. It looks like this is just a completely dead area. There's no one else here. But yeah, there's these. So they're exosuits. You can go out. You can see they all have like these little thruster controls and such on them. Like you can kind of move around a bit.
I'll slide over 300 for him then.
Okay. Whoever takes that one, be careful. The left thruster sticks a bit. It works though. It works. Just tap it if it stays on too long.
Appreciate it. Vidra looks over to Kef to see if she was gonna give her any money to see if she was gonna be more willing to share anything.
If I know you said people came in and gone, but 100 Ruka for anybody you seen that's older man?
Like I said, I see old men, I see young men, old woman, young woman.
Where do they end up going?
Where does anyone go?
On their way. All right. I shake my head at Rodor. She's not gonna probably communicate well with this person.
How much are you offering?
I only have 100 Ruka left. I've been bled dry.
Milked you guys dry. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I only have 25 left, so I can't really add much to...
Gawa? She like turns around and you can see she pulls like a pot. She pours it into that big old metal stein that she's drinking from. It's fresh. Well, as fresh as anything is here.
Oh, I would like to take a cup. Always willing to try.
Try. It's just kawa. Nothing special. She pours some. It's basically coffee. She's offering coffee.
Yeah. Coffee's a little different every place, so sure.
Richter never turns down Kawa.
Rexstart?
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying you want go? Okay. She pulls like these other steins and she'll reach back and grab like a dirty towel and like wipe the inside out.
Of course.
And set it down. And she'll pour some and she'll slide them over to you, Armande and Rador. Are you sure you're in the right place?
We're trying to find out. We're
I'll
looking for
flash
someone.
Of course,
The black-
we are.
I'll flash the black toad symbol that Richter gave me from Gar's room.
Okay. Well, you know where to go then. She like just nods like towards the airlock, and you can see she kind of averts her eyes at this point and is kind of looking away. Yeah. And takes a sip. If you would like to roll an insight test, Kef, I think now would be a good time.
Okay.
All right.
Yay.
What's your insight like?
Richter, what were you going to say,
All
Richter?
right.
While she rolls that? It sounds like you're going to say something.
Yeah, grab the suits and head in that direction that she nodded.
Okay. Yeah, she just nodded to like the other airlock, not the one that the tusk connected to. Like there was a second working airlock. Okay.
One success.
You get the sense that she's not being withholding because she's like trying to be difficult. You can tell she's just fear. She's just kind of like, despite her look, she looks fairly tough. You know, she's a little older, a little kind of scarred, but you can tell that she's been very careful. She's trying to be good about this, and she's not trying to give stuff away. So it's not just her being difficult. Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't want to put her livelihood in the line for this. All right. I will head towards the airlock.
Okay.
Rador will follow.
Armande, Rador, do you guys chug some coffee before you get in these exosuits? I feel like that's the worst time to drink coffee, right? As you're about to go to an exosuit.
Right?
Good, yeah.
And I would say Rador does not believe that this is good tasting. So she, kind of like takes a big gulp of it and then, kind of like swallows it down quickly, and to be kind will drink all of the rest of it. But her smile does not go to her eyes when she kind of sets the stein down and is like, appreciate it.
Richter, you moved over towards the other airlock. There's nothing attached to it. It's just an empty airlock. There's definitely a seriglass pane. You can look out it. Give me a perception test.
One success.
All right.
Yeah, you can see that a little distance away, there's very clearly a ship that is moored outside of the station. It's about 100 meters long or so. You can't quite get the width, but you can certainly see it's about 100 meters wide or so. And you can see that there are all sorts of these other smaller ships kind of tethered to it here and there. Like almost like fighter ships, mantas, it looks like possibly. But that's, when you look out the window, that's what you see. And it certainly would require, like, if this is where you want to go, it would require you guys to literally leap and do like a navigational thing with some of these thrusters on your exosuits.
I'll suit up and help the others once they get close by.
So as you guys are thinking about this, I want you to, I just want to give you guys a second to think. You've gotten the impression that this Razad is probably a black-toed ship. This is a criminal organization that's extremely powerful and that does a lot of drug running, drug usage, etc. It is, you guys can certainly take these over, but just, do you have a plan as you cross the Gulf as you're just flying in your ship, or flying, not in your ship, flying in your suits?
With communication, I know you said we don't have phones. Would there be a way of contacting someone? Like I would like to contact one of my contacts.
Yeah, so communication's slow. So you certainly could try to reach out to one of your contacts. I know you have specifically a black-toed contact, an old dust runner.
Yes.
That there's no way to do that from Station 11. It would be the type of thing where, like, you guys would have to go back. You would have to hunt them down. You would have, because you don't know exactly where they are at. You would have to send a messenger. It could take a couple hours. It could take a day. You're not sure exactly how long it would take. But you're not wrong in that. Connecting with your contacts, trying to find a way rather than just showing up on the doorstep might be beneficial, but that's not to say that you guys couldn't just get in the suits and go. You absolutely could do that. Like, that is a thing. I just want you guys to know where, if you weren't picking up on the hints, you guys are flying to a black-toed ship right now.
I think we've gone too quick. This it's not a safe place for most of you. It's if this is black-toed, I only ever was a periphery on them. I did hull cutting and some of that work. But if I can get a contact out, maybe Gina, my friend, might be able to get us an inn here. It's 10 Ruka to take the trip. It's not too bad. I can go back, make contact with her, make sure this is... I don't think it's smart to set up on the doorway right now.
That's fair. I was wondering as you walked over, just gonna walk on in. I know
if we walk on in, we're gonna get shot.
Don't want that.
No, it's not very pleasant. I mean, we could go get our own suits that work well, bring them with us. Don't have to pay for it again.
Concerned about another no returns policy.
These are rentals.
These are
you guys
okay.
It's 30 Ruka an hour. If somebody wants to roll a logic test to try to get a hint or a clue or something like that, something that maybe you're not thinking or something, you're welcome to do so.
Why not?
Oh my god. How about 4 successes out of 5 dice?
Okay.
I'm just not going to bother
That
rolling.
is fantastic. Okay. Yeah, Jeremy, you can go. Okay. So
Sorry, Jeremy. Please, I don't want to take away from you. Please roll. Please roll.
I'm just going to put
No.
2 Kipsers on that side.
Please roll. No.
He'll roll, lose all his hope, and then Station 11 will explode. And that'll be the end.
Wish I've already succeeded.
You guys remembered how Simba ended, right?
Yeah. Me
Yeah.
and Jeremy being, yeah.
It was so fun. Yeah. Okay. 4 successes. I think you, Kif, of all people, would be able to kind of figure out a few things. More than likely, that ship, it's not like that's a ship that's flying anywhere. That's more than likely a drug ship. It's probably a place where they manufacture some kind of drug, whether it's gruel, whether it's, orchid dust, whatever it might be. They're probably making something. And So at any given time, there's probably plenty of people on it. It's probably guarded. But it's also the type of place where like people don't just show up. So they might not necessarily be like prepared for someone just randomly showing up.
Yes.
But the difficulty would be like, how do you get inside? You guys can get over there, and certainly in your suits would be a lot better than flying your shuttle over there, because all of those mantas that Richter sees attached to this thing would be on your shuttle in a heartbeat, but they probably wouldn't notice the four of you. So this is definitely a way if you wanted to be stealthy across, and it would just mean trying to find a stealthy way in, either like, you know, hacking into an airlock or finding some sort of, you know, extra vent to sort of panel to get underneath. Like it would essentially be like a stealthy infiltration. It's like you wouldn't fly, knock on the door and then negotiate. Like, and then at that point you would have to figure out, well, how do you move about the ship? You know, what do you want to do? Do you pretend to be them? Do you like, you know, fight, whatever? So like those are things to keep in mind. Getting permission to come across would certainly make it easier to get, if you even get permission. You know, you never know, but it's certainly having a contact would help you. It would take time. That's the only thing. So it's a question of just how much you would really want to really commit that time to. But more than likely, there's got to be at least 100, 150 people on that ship. It's big enough between like workers and guards and all those types of things.
So I would like outline. All right, the way I see it, we have two options. Us four, small targets, none of those little mantis that probably see us, so we can slip over, try find a vent. I can help with that a bit, and then pretend to be mechanics on there or something like that. I don't think most of us can pass as proper Black Toad, but they'll be making drugs over there, so chemistry?
I can.
No. And then option 2, maybe if you three stay here, I can go and take a trip back, contact I got a dust runner contact who may be able to give us permission to get on here. Grab our suits so we don't have to pay for it again. And then we can knock on the front door and get in, at least not necessarily easily, but without getting shot. And then if you stay here, you can watch it if Gar ends up leaving the ship. I don't know if they'd ever let him go, but you know, he's been gone 2 days. I don't know that he's gonna be leaving that ship.
So you think we should stay here? Or you think we should just all go back and let you take some time to get this together? It might take you a little bit of time to get some contacts. It's getting late in the evening.
It is getting late, and the problem is they're looking for you, Rador. We've proven that, right? The zappers were following you.
That they were, but they don't know I'm here, and you did a good job with this. I don't quite look the same.
So that's the other risk is I can head back. Maybe I bring Armande or maybe I bring Richter, but Richter was last seen with you, Rador. So maybe we do 2 and 2, or maybe all 4 of us stick together, because it is dangerous either way, but then we don't have eyes if he leaves.
Don't think staying on Station 11 is safe either. Looking around, there's no one here, right?
Well,
It
here,
is just this woman who you've been talking to, who gave you wonderful coffee.
Yeah, I'll flip you the Black Toad symbol, Richter. I'll give that back to you. If you have this, maybe it'll help.
We can return here pretty easily. It's probably best if we just
I think
get
it's
off of here.
I think
Better
it's
run into
best.
Zappy than Black Toad.
Because if Black Toad happened to come back this way and we're just standing here with, you know, I imagine it's like, you know, a slightly larger little terminal area. Like, it's better for us to just go blend back in with everybody else. Let you do your thing.
All right, and maybe Armand can make his music date. Convince her to go to Dara to go to Lilu or whatever they're. Honestly, Tamino is much better to have listened to than the other bands that they were mentioned there. Much more solid music.
Okay, sure.
Or,
You know,
No,
I'm right.
I shouldn't say that. You're super cool, and I appreciate your input.
All right. We got in the vibe check here. Let's head back. We'll go and hand back the suits to the
Okay.
rental place.
You'll get your deposit back minus 30 Ruka as you basically,
Yeah.
I mean, you've only held them for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes or so,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
you're down 30 Ruka per, so, but the rest of your deposit you'll get back. And she'll kind of look at you a little quizzically as you're doing this, like, okay, have a good rest of your day.
You too.
Can I get that mug back there?
Rex.
Yes.
Rex Dart.
You've got it.
So he takes the mug back. And you guys have to wait around for a bit for the circuit to cycle back, and then you get on the Telmerian Tusk again, and Dara will kind of look at you a little quizzically as like you'll come on back. And so we'll say like you guys fly back, you spend an extra 10 to get another ticket back. So who goes where? So Armande, are you going clubbing?
Yes.
Yes, you should do it.
Armande, you race off to the Blue Star. You see there's a big line. You get in the line. Rumors, Lilu is here. And so you know it. King something. So we leave Armande in that line. Did anyone go with him?
I got my own
Redor's-
work to do. Actually,
tag along
Redor, a great place
so
to hide
Richter's
is
going.
in a huge crowd.
Boys'
Okay.
night. Boys'
So
night. Richter's going.
All right.
Armande and Richter are waiting in line. Everyone's freaking out. All these people are showing up. Different kind of henna tattoos, crazy hairstyles, beautiful glittering robes. And you hear the sounds of like Lilu's music like pumping out here and there. And you're just like waiting to get it in. And we see the two of you waiting in line. Does that mean Redor is going with Kef, or are the two of you splitting up and going and doing different things?
Redor will stay with Kef.
All right. Let's head to the Golden 8 bar. I'll send a message out to Gina on our way. Meet us there.
Okay. So we're going to end on this little moment where we just hear the sounds of like Maka music, dance music going, beat music, like this heavy thump, this heavy drum thump here and there. And we see Armande and Richter moving slowly, inching forward. We see Kef and Redor making their way back towards Aluminum Bay, the long train ride, all these different people who are like maybe getting sick from their time in which they were in Rec Alley, kind of leaving, heading home early. We see you guys taking the cable cars all the way down to Aluminum Bay. It takes a while to get back. You know, you're sitting there in this Golden Ape. We see the bartender kind of comes over. You send out a message to see if you can get in touch with your friend. And then as the two of you are listening, are sitting there drinking whatever it might be, you overhear a conversation, table over. Just like this drunken guy and this woman, the two of them are just kind of joking and laughing. And you hear one of them. He's just like, did you hear what happened down in the haze? This and she's like, what do you mean? Like it was all over. It was all over. Those two archivists. It's just right in the middle of the street. They just not exploded, but blight just manifested. They got the whole thing cordoned off. Yeah, they're both dead. Hey, they're just there. They were walking down the street, and all of a sudden, one of them kind of starts to twitch and fell over, and then the other one started vomiting, and then one thing after another, and then I heard the story that they just started growing things out of them, like the blight itself was growing. And like, Tora, you drink, that's enough. You're drinking too much. Like, no, it really happened. No, seriously, it really happened. And as like that conversation's going on, we hear like thump, 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 thump. And we see Armande and Richter get let into the Blue Star. And as we're watching them at the back of the club, like moving their heads, dancing, da-da-da-da-da, we see walking in a few feet behind them, a man with a golden mask. And that's where we're going to go ahead and stop for tonight. And we'll pick up on that in 2 weeks, I think, because I think we're off next week. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That did we just lose Faraz and Keto? Did we just
Can't really lose Keto. You know, he'll be with you always.
I know, he's so nice.
No, he's the one you didn't like.
No,
you
we
guys
like Keto.
Faraz.
No, we like
Keto.
Keto. We
We
didn't
like
like
Keto, we didn't like Faraz.
I'm confused.
Faraz.
I thought it was the other way around.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
You like Faraz. We like Keto.
Fair enough.
They were
Okay, well,
both
that's
amazing, and they will both be missed.
So we got two people clubbing with a golden mask person following them, and we've got two people waiting around for a dust runner to come talk to them to get them onto a drug ship. And they just overheard that possibly two archivists down in the haze were killed in the middle of the street and turned into blight monsters.
That's
there's
horrible.
that. Awesome. Okay.
You know what a great place for a disease spreading event is? A tightly packed concert.
God, why do you have to say things like that?
You know, this wouldn't happen at a his Zoom concert. So,
Oh my god.
Right?
No. Tamino's the way
Not
to go.
derivative enough? Okay, fine.
All these youngins with their new age music.
that was so
Go
fun,
with the
dude.
classics.
That was such a fun conversation. That was so great.
Jeff and Jeremy flirting with each other in any game is always fun.
Super fun. It was super great. I just imagine it's like this tough, ripped, like grease monkey woman, skull cap, tattoos all over the place. She looks tough as nails, and some like scrawny little freaking scholar kid. They're bonding over house music. Oh, it's so awesome. It's fantastic.
So,
all right, let's do.
It's not quite
let's do a
Kaylee and
couple-
Simon, but you know.
Fair. All right, let's do a couple closing plugs. We'll get on out of here. Next stream is Saturday. We're gonna be playing some One Ring, continuing our Forging of Shadow campaign. Monday we should be back to We're in Danger, where we are doing a kind of like a Hollow Earth scenario, a Lost World, 1915. We're down on washed up on an island somewhere, and there's dinosaurs and stuff, and the Germans. Tuesday, what do we have, Kipser?
We've got some Wild Sea where our sailors of the Verdant Sea are starting in on the mystery of the Tiger on the Wire.
Yeah. And I think we're off next week. So I think we'll be back in 2 weeks for Coriolis. So I think we have, so we'll work on, figure out, who your backup characters are, Armande and Richter, and then we should get them in somehow pretty quickly. All right.
Dara. I'll play Dara.
You want to play Dara? Okay.
I might.
How do you know Dara's not the one who sent this golden masked assassin at you?
That would be my
Oh,
Richter is so
removes
beat
the
up.
mask. It is Dara. What?
oh no.
Okay.
I mean, I have dated the enemy before, married them.
That is true.
And had
You
kids with
married
them.
the enemy
Yep,
before.
you absolutely
You had a
did.
whole life with the enemy.
Yep.
God, I still remember that reveal. That was like, I was so giddy. I was like, okay, don't screw it up. Don't screw it up. All right. That's it for us. Have a great rest of your night. We'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.
Later.
See ya.